Okay guys, before I get too far into the video today, I wanted to explain a little bit about what happened. I got up, I drove out of state, I met Dad. We were going to do some water hunting today for artillery, which we did, but it was a total bust. We hunted for about 5 hours and we did not find a single relic. I found one fishing sinker. But I did get out with Dad, and on my drive home I stopped at a site and started to find some really amazing things, all kinds of things, not just relics, but fossils and crystals and arrowhead pieces. So while I was out there though, my camera battery started dying. Now if you've ever made any YouTube videos, you know it's always something that goes wrong. Either the wind is blowing too hard, your memory card is full, or in this case, my batteries were dying. At any rate, I captured what I could of the day, and I want to promise you now, I'm going to try and get back down to this site again, probably within the next week or two, and hunt it again, because it was really some amazing things coming out of the field, like I said, and I really wanted to share that and capture that so that I could remember the place as well. So with that said, let's get into today's video, and we'll see what happened. Here's my first little interesting find of the day. It's a little bell. Dad's up the creek there. This little freshwater clam, I guess it is. I don't know what he is. Beautiful. Well, I'm back in behind this 1800s home site. Just got my first good signal. It was this old spoon, old brass spoon. Well, I'm guessing that's some sort of comb or mirror handle because it's brass and it's really thin. Thought it was a frying pan handle, but that's pretty thin. Oh wow, guys, I'm really happy. Had a really discouraging day. Hunted all day in the creek. Didn't find anything. Decided to stop on the way home. Not to be deterred from finding relics. And look at this beautiful buckle that just came out of the ground. That is a beautiful brass buckle. Wow. I love it. Excellent. Wow, that is great. This is a late 1700s, early 1800s home and tavern site. So there's liable to be a bunch of good stuff back in here. That's exciting. Wow. Okay, back at it. I'm happy I got my relic for the day. So this was an 80s signal. I thought it was going to be a piece of trash, but look at this. It's some sort of watch fob that's got a shield or something on it. Whoa. It's got some letters. Pretty neat. FCB. Here's kind of a neat ring of some sort. I don't know what that might have been for. Interesting. Here's the center of an oil lantern with a little spinner. You spin that and the wick would come up. I believe that's some kind of belt keeper. It's not Civil War, at least I don't think, but it is some sort of little belt keeper. Probably just after the Civil War. That's kind of interesting. No idea what that could be for. Maybe some sort of decorative thing for furniture or something. No. Almost looks like it was carved, but I don't know. Pretty neat though. This looks like it could be something good. It's nice and round. Don't see anything on the front, but I do see a post on the back. I think it's a bridle rosette. Look at these big clumps of crystal just sticking out of the ground. Beautiful. As I'm hunting this field and there's a button on top of the ground. Been finding fossils everywhere. Let's see what this is. Please be a good one. Oh. Wish the battery wasn't dying because I'm finding the most amazing pieces of crystal and fossils in this field. They're just everywhere. Well, I'm back at home and I just wanted to do a real quick wrap up of the hunt today. My batteries were dying, so I didn't get to film everything, and I just wanted to share what came out of this field. Some really neat things came out, a lot of metal items. Probably my favorite item from the day was this buckle. This is going to be an 1800s brass buckle, and I just really like that buckle. Also got this brass rosette, and there's no markings on it, but it's still a pretty neat piece. That was the Civil War camp there, so that could have been from soldiers. Found this neat watch fob. It's not real old, but it's pretty neat. It says Knights of Pythias on it, and I think that's some sort of fraternal order or brotherhood. It says Supreme Order Knights of Pythias. Found a couple buttons. This one is, I think, going to be a military button of some sort, although I've been having a real hard time figuring out what it is. Could just be an eagle button, but it looks a little odd to me to be that. And I got my cap gun, a couple spoons, other little odds and ends. And when I was out in the plowed part of the field, I found a couple little pieces of arrowhead and worked pieces of quartz and flint. And then I found a lot of crystals just laying in the field, which I thought was really neat. And a lot of these fossils. I want to go back to this site. I think it'll make a really good trip. I just need to get back out there with a camera that'll film. But several different fossils, these long tubes, and a lot of them have started to turn into crystals inside, which I think is kind of a neat phenomenon. And I don't know why these fossils would do that, but several of them are like that. They're full of crystals on the inside, but a fossil on the outside, so that's kind of neat. I don't know exactly what kind of fossils these are, these little cones, but there was a lot of those, and several of these bigger tubes, and some much larger ones as well. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then there was several pieces of just crystal laying in the field, and I don't know much about crystals. I think these would be terminated crystals. I'm gonna have to ask a couple people, but I think those are terminated crystals. And then here was just a big piece of crystal that was laying in the field. So really neat location. I was finding crystals, fossils, arrowheads, and old metal objects. So it's a great location. I'm gonna try and get back there soon before it gets too hot. maybe share some more of this location with you guys. So hope you enjoyed the hunt. Sorry I had so many problems with the camera. If you enjoyed it, subscribe. We'll see you next time.